Welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be doing for you today is showing you how to prepare turnip greens by freezing them or bottling them. And for those of you that don't know what turnip greens are, it's the very tips of your turnips that you're growing in your garden. And what I did was pick up a huge bag full. June time is the month where they start to thin out their turnip greens, so they sell it off, and it's absolutely delicious if you haven't had it before. My reasons for showing you is because you can't keep all of this in the fridge. You want to have it prepared first to use later. There's a couple of ways of scalding down your turnip greens. You can do it in a pot of water, boiling for about 5 to 10 minutes just to wilt it, or you can put it in your sink with in a pan with hot water and leave it there for just a little bit longer just for it to wilt. So for those of you that's not living in Newfoundland, that do have farmers that is growing everything, of course, ask them if they got turnips growing and get some turnip tops is what they call. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put this full bowl of turnip tops into our boiler, and I'll show you what we'll do then. So I've already cleaned my turnip greens, my turnip tops. I'm just going to take it in bundles like this because you don't need to be delicate with it. And just take it off in nice little bundles and put it into your water. I'm not adding anything to the water, it's just boiling water, because when you go to cook this is just scalding it down is what we call it. When you go to use this to add it as a meal, then you can add in what you'd like, some salt, or if it's another way that you want to cook it. But I'll talk a little bit about that with you as well. So just put it all into the boiler and then just push it down and put your lid on. So in about 5 minutes, just lift your lid and just keep moving the greens. You don't need it any longer than 4 to 5 minutes, because what we're doing, we're just wilting it down. We don't need to overcook it because this is what we're going to use later. So what I'm going to do next, this is ready because I only wanted it to be just a little bit wilted. I'm going to show you now when it's just looking like this. But before I strain it, I want to bottle 2 bottles because I wanted to have it, within reason, within the next week or 2. So what I'm going to do while it's hot, because anytime you're bottling anything, you don't want to bottle it when it's cold. So we're going to fill these up, and this is going to be for my next jig's dinner. I'll have this ready to go, and it will seal nice, and then what I'll do then is bag the rest into freezer bags so as I could freeze it for later. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my boiler and strain the water off it in the sink, and then I'm going to show you how you would put it into your freezer bags. So basically what I'm doing here now is just straining these greens into the sink to get all the water off it. But before I take it out of the sink, because I got it in a strainer, I'm going to use a little bit of cold water on this because I want to stop the cooking on this greens so that I can put it into my freezer bags. So I want to get back to my bottles first before I tell you the cold part of the greens. You wipe around your lids. Again, it's not much liquid, it's just water. And we're going to put our tops on to seal it. Now this is not something that I'm going to be having for a long period of time, and I'm going to keep these 2 in my fridge. But if you want to can it to keep it for a long period of time, you'll need to probably put these in hot water and do the canning, and you can follow the canning process for that. But this is because I want to eat these within a week or 2. So this is super easy to do, but again, prep work for turnip greens is important because again, you don't want a big bag of turnip greens in your fridge. It'll go yellow after a while and it'll stay green until you're ready to heat it when you got it in bottles from bags. So what we'll do now is show you how to put it into the bag and get it ready to freeze. So these turnip greens here now is nice and cool, at room temperature at least, because you don't want to put anything hot into a plastic bag. Now it is a freezer bag, but it's still the same. I'm going to make 2 meals out of this, so I'm going to freeze two freezer bags with the greens in it. So right now I have 4 separate meals because I got 2 bottles and I got 2 bags, and that's more than enough for a family of probably 4. So next, this is the room temperature greens. So you want to pop all of the air out of this and just, roll it around because you're going to be putting it in the freezer. Anytime you bottle or bag anything, you want to date it. You want to know when you put it in there. So again, if you got one of those, machines that takes the air out of things, vacuum seal bags, you can do it that way because that would work perfect. Because you want the air out. You don't want no freezer burn going on in this, because you want to keep this. This is what you would call your winter stash right here when you can't get access to your turnip greens. So this is 2 ways that you can prepare your turnip greens. And again, this is not ready to go into a cool cupboard. This is for your fridge. If you want to store it into a cupboard, you got to do the canning, which putting it into an hot boiler of water and letting it pop and seal so it don't, it needs to airlock. And this is for your freezer. And for those of you that have never had this before and is wondering, what is it and what can I do with it? If you're making Jig's dinner, this would be the last you would put in your boiler. You will put it right on the top after everything, even your potatoes, is almost cooked. Because right there then, you only needs really to steam it. It's already part cooked, and just get the flavors of your boil. You can also have it with any meal. You can cook it up, you can fry it with something. Whatever way you want to have it, you can prepare this meal. So thank you for joining me for Bonita's Kitchen today. I hope you found this episode of Scalding Down Greens, Turnip Greens, helpful for you today. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to Bonita's Kitchen on our YouTube channel. And when you're looking at a video, like and share it so more people can get to see them. Also visit us on our website, www.bonitaskitchen.com. So thank you for joining me for this episode of Bonita's Kitchen today. From my kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day.